So it's been a while since I've reacted to any music in my reaction videos, but I'm trying to be more careful this time because I don't want to get another claim or get another strike because my channel is at risk of that. So I already got two for unnecessary reasons, but this time I'm just going to react to it without the video playing on the side. So what you're going to hear is most of the audios. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video for a few seconds to get my thoughts on it and get my facts in as well. Then I'm going to play it again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like edit the video out, skip most of it, and just try to, do what I can to not get claimed from it. So the title of this song is called Dirty Money. And I know all about that because people in life will sell their souls to the devil in terms of doing some adult explicit content just to make money and clout, like OnlyFans and porn. So those represents dirty money. Unless you have a different career path when you're making good money, clean money that is not stripping and doing that crap, I think it's safe to say any kind of industry that you enter, just know that you're not going to a fairy tale or like a happy hour or whatever you want to call it. But this is interesting, so let's get to it.
Angry that they'll never shut me up. I'm making more noise. Turn me up or turn me down. It's your choice. Black lives on.
Okay, we're starting things off with the part where he said that the government is trying to stop him from making money. They want to control your money. They want to control your life, which is true. Because if you're entering any kind of industry, you're not making money off of what you do. They're making money off of you. So whatever hits you put out, whatever series that you do, acting, music, or whatever, they're going to find ways to screw over your money and your life and your career just to see you fall down.
Only matter when they got a corpse to exploit, because the media made billions off the protests for George Floyd. That's called ad revenue. They make
that is kind of true though, because I've seen a lot of people with this whole hardcore Black Lives Matter movement, and number one, as much I understand why they're doing that, but the way they're going about it, it's like they're doing too much. Because yes, it was wrong for what happened to George Floyd, of how he passed away, and with that disgusting police officer of what he did in his neck, held in his knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, which we cannot remember that. But he got 20 to 25 something years for it, which is not enough. Second of all, every time when a black person dies, they always got to be going around the cities destroying properties just because you're tired of whatever. I get it, but there's better ways of protesting and, spreading the message and letting them know that, hey, I don't like the way you treated us. Like, we're tired of being beaten up, beaten down, disrespected, treated like crap. Like, there are better ways of spreading a message, but going around destroying properties is not the answer.
cash selling you all the crap in the ads when they broadcast news. Ooh, the network full of liars got investment capital and segment sponsored by Pfizer and the freedom.
Oh, he said sponsored by virus. Sponsored by what? Let me go back. I like what he said.
Capital and segment sponsored by Pfizer and the freedom.
Oh, Pfizer. Okay. The media, the news network, they always make things worse. Instead of try to come up with a solution, they want to make things worse, scaring people to death. Instead of giving them like clear information of what's going on in this world, those type of situations, and turn it into a documentary and just try to make money off of it instead of try to go out there and help. They would rather just go on TV and broadcast what's going on. I get it, it's your job, but the way you're going about it is you're just making it much, much worse for yourselves.
Fighters, I feel like the left just plans them to infiltrate the right. It's extensive planning, then it happens overnight. It's impressive branding. Make $1 million off of shirts that say "Let's go Brandon."
Woo! He said making millions off of church. Let's go Brandon. That is absolutely true as well, because when you think about it, people in the left and the right are just worse from each other. I'm not into politics or anything. I can care less where I'm from, the left or the right. I'm just a person that just calls it straight down the middle of what I see it and how I see it. You know, with all of this crap going on with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and the left doing God knows what, you know, just ruining it for everything and everyone. And the right is just making 10 times worse by saying some stupid stuff, you know. And if you all know about how the right wingers are full of people that say some of the stupid stuff, you know, whether they're Trump supporters or whatever though, but I'm just stating my opinions. I'm not saying that I'm with the left or the right, but what he said was actually true, because every time with something going on within the community or whatever, they'll always find ways to make money off of it, because number one, that's dirty money. Because if they're really about that, they wouldn't even try to broadcast everything just to, you know, to use it for clout. And I'm like, where this is going. He said Amazon is making selling. Hold on, let me go back. Sanitizer and black mass, and that's that. Funny how the terrorists who have tag always come from places that are oil rich and have gas. What is this about? Our military trapped in the Middle East, can't get them out. Heroes are the ones who had the Constitution written down. Y'all are using hero while describing Kyle Rittenhouse. Woo! Okay, we gotta slow that down. When he's saying something about men in military in Iraq are overseas fighting for their lives, fighting for the countries, and then the media and the news outlet are doing what they can to make money off of it. But people are working hard every day just to make sure that we have a roof over our heads and we have everything we need. Electricity, heat, air, food, water. Like, just in case something bad happens to us, people are risking their lives every day just to keep us safe. But the problem is, the government doesn't want us to live. It wants us to fall down as we trying to build ourselves up. And I don't think it's going to go that way unless they change how they run the planet. So, yeah, this is interesting. Cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of his singing. That's just me, but I do like what he's talking about. It is kind of dirty money. They might kill me for the song. It's all classified intelligence. Don't need to go to war to secretly be getting benefits when. I like what he said right there. They're gonna kill him for the song that he made. They always do that. Every time when there's like a lyrical rapper that is telling the truth about the world, of what's going on in reality, whether it's politics, people killing each other every day, and Kevin Gates said it best. How are we supposed to support Black Lives Matter when we're not even supporting each other? Let that sink in for a minute. How are we supposed to support Black Lives Matter if we're killing each other? Think about that. I love my people, but the organization is very questionable to me. But I like when he said that they're going to kill him for the song that he's creating like this, which is about facts, information, life, real world situations, and politics. But the media, the mainstream media doesn't want to hear that. They're all about Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, Lil Kim. You know, them rapping about getting deeds and getting hit from the back, taking back shots and all of that, busting nuts carrying on. You honestly think that this generation that are listening to controversial influencers like those, in my opinion, and they're filling their heads with, oh, I can do whatever I want, it's my body. My body's my choice and all that bull crap. This is exactly what he's talking about in this song. And I agree with him 100% one bit.
We condemn them, but there's evidence a U.S. politician owns the screws they're assembled with. Ain't no war on drugs, it's economic. You make money off an inmate, every jail cell is profit.
Oh my God, he said it right there. They're making money off of inmates because they're selling drugs. Dude, this is so freaking true, bro. This is so freaking true. I've heard stuff like this all the time of how the mainstream media wants to tell stories about prison inmates, you know, how they're being locked up for possession of drugs, marijuana, cocaine. I did a video on this a while back of, it was somewhere around Virginia where there was like, it was one of the largest drug busts in history of the amount of weed and drugs, cocaine, methamphetamines and all of that. And there were multiple people that were arrested because of that. Now, the part where he said that the media is making money off the inmates that are locked up for drugs. Like, Tom is trying to tell us something, and I think we need to let that sink in for a moment for everybody who was watching this video.
Prisons are privately owned. Illegal marijuana just mean kids smoking weed turn the dollars in their pockets. Let's be.
Oh my God, he said the prison is private for the people that own them. You gotta try to use kids that smoke weed and drugs to put money in their pockets. I think this part falls on the parents as well, because right now you got kids under 13 smoking weed. Back then when I was growing up, where I live at right now, I've seen kids smoke weed, you know, around 12 or 13 years old. I'm like, what the hell? Like, where's the parents? Where are the mother and the moms and dads to have a sit down and have that type of talk with a child about doing dangerous things and like smoking weed and drinking and carrying on, knowing that they're underage? Whatever happened to the good old days where parents and kids having a serious conversation about life? That needs to continue to go on today. And shout out to the prison doctor. Go subscribe to his channel. If you want the link to his channel, the link will be in the description. What he does is he goes to these multiple houses and do these house calls to try to get these kids' minds right. You know, whether it's the failing of the parents or the grandparents, the kids and teenagers are dealing with stuff like this, listening to some horrific music and watching certain programs that contain violence and nudity and profanity language and all of that, especially from a young age. You know, you got kids out here smoking weed and wearing makeup and drinking, licking and stuff. Some are even having sex, getting pregnant at 16 years old. And it's all because the lack of accountability from these parents are not doing their jobs right by just getting their kids head on straight.
Be honest, domestic threats in comparison to nuclear powers who hate the West is embarrassing. Still we label truckers in the convoy as terrorists and confiscate donations. We have no idea where it is. A pipeline leaks, price of gas goes higher. Stock market crash, everybody gets fired.
Jesus. He said a mouthful. He just said a mouthful about how high the gas prices are going. Everybody is working in companies are getting fired. Dude, this is so true. Like, everywhere I go, I see nothing but gas prices rising up because of the way Joe Biden is running the country right now. The economy is like running sky high. And that's why so many people are leaving the United States, because they don't want to pay too much money for these gases. Some are like $2.49, $5.99, or $4.25. Like, that's some serious high prices for these gas. And most people can't afford to be spending that much money on gas, especially if you have a certain place to go to, church or doctor's appointment or anything. Like, they gotta find ways to like slow things down, especially if you're going to church or whatever though. But then you got the part where he was saying about how companies that people are working in are getting fired because of how things are getting really bad out here. Like, they already are.
Economy is weak while we trying to beat a virus. $1 trillion in debt to China. We celebrate the small.
They ain't said something about the economy is getting weaker and then the virus and all of that. True. Because it's like every time when people have things to do, you know, especially if you want to get a new video game that just recently came out, you know the economy is going to end up being rough. Like, they're going to charge you like $100. Like, say if you want to buy a fighting game like Street Fighter 6, which is coming out on June 2nd, and if the price is going to be like up to like $100 or $60 or $40 or whatever, then you're going to end up giving them $60 plus tax. Like, you can't just like give them like $40 because you see the taxes, right? $40.99, which means that you got to give them $60. Give them another $20, which is $60. So that's like plus tax. And I blame it all on the economy. People are spending their hard-working money on things that they want. Unless you're working a good paying job, then yeah, you could get what you want, but you got to be careful how you spend your money.
So they can publish the headline that's going to fuel the vision. But if we champion the crumbs, then it's crumbs that we're given. When we don't make any progress, we're stuck at the beginning.
That is so true. And no matter how many times, you know, people always preaching the same message, the world is never going to listen. They're never going to understand. Whether it's from a famous person or a preacher or even a famous rap artist that is trying to tell you something, and the world doesn't want to listen. They do what he want to do. They don't care. The world that we're living in, they do not care. And it's so obvious.
1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more. My insults we they create to keep us down. Dirty money. All about the money, 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 money. Every time we make a buck, they take from us. Money, 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 money. It controls your mind and it controls my.
You know, this is a quote from this movie. It was a movie with Bow Wow and I forgot the other guy. It's about them trying to protect the lottery ticket that they want so many money off of it. His character says to change you, it changes the people around you. And I love what he said because that is so true. When people have money, let me just say this though. When people have money, their egos are so sky high. Like, it gets to a point where you need to have some serious conversations with them about money. Don't flex on people on social media because I've seen that a lot. And people get killed over that. Shout out to Tom McDonald for uploading this video. But like I said, you know, the industry, job, corporation, companies, they will always find ways to mess with your money or mess with your life because they don't want to see you succeed. They want to see you fall. And the best advice I could give to anybody who is watching this video, do what you want to do, make that money, but make sure it's for the right reasons and not do something that's going to cause a threat between you and your family or whichever case may be. Find a different career paths and do something with your money. Don't let the government or the corporations control your money. Control your own money. That's all I gotta say. So, if you want the original video, the link will be in the description. So, I'm out of here.